I have lowered my expectations, like being like, I'm never going to win like one of those awards. But I'm at the place where I'm like, it's embarrassing that people win awards. Like when they go, I'm like, that's so embarrassing for you that you went to this, that you campaigned for it. It's so pathetic. It really is pathetic.
Well,
when you kind of like just know the thing and like for those people to go out and be like, art and blah, 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 and then they fully go on campaigns to have their producers buy those awards for them. Oh, it is so embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Also, there's just not enough talking about like who was the greatest awards campaign manager, Harvey Weinstein.
Yes.
It was like
Yes.
how has his tainted legacy not subsequently tainted the Oscars? Yeah. Now, here's the thing, and Tovah, I will say to Tovah all the time, I look at these award shows and I go, it's clearly full of shit, especially with the thing about the Timothée Chalamet thing that I find so obnoxious is you're like, no one's even talking about his acting in the movie. Like, no one's even talking about it. No. We're talking about, like, legacy and who earns it. And no one's like, I love that one moment where you saw, like, it turn. Or I love that one part where you felt their joy.
Well, that's what the thing is. Like, really, truly, it should be what they should do, honestly, is awards should be at least 5 or 10 years after the fact. You know? Like, what held up? What held up? You know? No, I'm serious. Like, because you're like,
I just love you pitching that as they bring you onto the board, they fire you immediately. Paige, look up what were the Oscar nominees for Best Movie in
2016.
16.
And we'll see let's see if those performances held up, because I think we might have different responses now.
Who's going to host this? Jay Leno? Like, this is the worst idea I've ever heard of.
Oh my God,
life.
that's amazing! No, that's amazing. Imagine like you have to pick people who are in the zeitgeist in that year too, so it gives other people a chance to come back. Oh, I love that.
Do you want to do Best Actor in a Leading Role?
Yes.
Or Best Picture?
Best Actor. No, Best Actor first, and then Best Picture.
Okay. Best Actor in a Leading Role in 2016. The nominees were Bryan Cranston, Trumbo as Delton Trumbo, Matt Damon, The Martian as Mark Watney, Michael Fassbender as Steve Jobs, and Eddie Redmayne, The Danish Girl, and Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant.
Well, Eddie won that year, right?
Leo won that.
Leo
who
did?
won? Oh,
yeah,
Leo did.
Leo won that.
I'm actually fine. I'm actually fine with that, because, like, everything else, I'm like, no one's like, and there's not a lot of great options that year. But I'm just saying, like, that's crazy to even think that like the Danish Girl in 2026. If we were like the Danish Girl, we'd be like, get out of here. Like, what are you talking about?
I'll go further back. I think like if you're going to go back that far, you have to have it hosted by someone who's relevant then, even if they're canceled now. So I want Kevin Spacey to come out there, and he's like, "Sorry, 2016.
Sorry,
these are the rules."
Wait, this is really funny. 2016 was hosted by Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Okay.
Chris. He can still do it.
Yeah. Okay, so what were the movie picks? I mean, I guess.
Or do you want Best Actress?
Sure.
Or do we not care about women?
Well, we already talked about Eddie Redmayne's role, so let's move on to Best Picture.
Okay. Best Picture nominees were The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and Spotlight.
And Spotlight won?
Spotlight won.
Okay.
Yeah. I liked Spotlight, but I would never watch it again. Not in a movie you watch again.
But Russell, you're proving how this idea is so bad. Every conversation is, do you remember that movie?
If I
think I liked it.
I would pick Mad Max Fury Road, because I've watched it 3 or 4 times since. It's a great movie.
Oh, I hate that movie. I hate that movie so much. I fell asleep.
Russell.
Russell, did you?
Whoa, hello?
Did you break the camera? Russell, you just
Oh
muted
my
yourself.
god! Wait, what is? Oh my god!
Russell, what are you doing? Oh my
Uh-oh.
god, what did you do?
No,
now you're
it's-
coming out of your computer. Okay, Russell, are you back?
Okay. Yeah, I'm back.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
we're back.
Guys.
Let's try to recapture that energy, that great flow
Listen,
that we had.
I'm so mad that you fell asleep during Mad Max Fury Road. That's crazy.
Russell, this
great
idea
movie.
sucks. This idea is the worst. I can't even care.
It's an amazing idea. Are you kidding me? Are you really against it?
You're basically pitching an award show that's all lifetime achievement awards.
No, but I'm saying like you start doing it, then it's fun. It's like because then we're really evaluating art after it lasted a little bit. We could even like do it like 10 years and then again at like 25 years, be like, let's look at how long things have,
We're adding more. I mean, we might as well do one category and go every year. Best actor. This is
But how
before
many
the
times have you
talkies.
seen things
Best
that
actor,
win?
1908.
How many things win and then like a year later you're like, oh, no one's going to rewatch Coda. No offense to Coda. But like I've never seen it, but like like there's like so many things like that.
Of course, I don't know. It's like it's so. I hate it today. There was just a tweet and it was like Emmy Award winning and it had like the copyright sign and actor blah 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 and they get to use this for the rest of their life and there's so many politics around it. I hate it. It feels so stupid. But Tovah says to me every time I say like, I'm not gonna go. She goes, "You're full of shit. You're gonna revel in this. If you know, God willing, if I'm able to find my Harvey Weinstein, I'll win an award someday." And
I mean,
she goes like, "You're gonna participate," and I say to her this. I say, "I'll do it one go round, yes," and then after that, I'm out. Unless I'm hosting. I'll host. That's fun. But I hate this shit. Did you see the thing, The Hollywood Reporter or Variety, where they said, did you see it to Sean Penn?
no.
They wrote a whole article and it said, wait, I'm gonna quote exactly. Do you first, as I'm finding this, do you think you're gonna go? You're gonna go, and The Downside is nominated for the Golden Globe Best Podcast category.
They said it to me?
Yeah, I mean, do you think you'll go?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, here's the article. Sean Penn, please don't skip the Oscars. And they wrote this article saying, please, Sean, please come to the award show. You need to do it. It's good for the event. It basically is like, here's a guy who, who knows what he has that night. He's probably, beating some woman tied to a chair. And they're saying, please, if you start this, more people are going to do it. And it's this begging to uphold the thing.
Yeah, you're right.
And
you're right. Okay, I won't go.
You're going to,
You're right.
okay.
You can go alone. I mean, I'm going to be allowed to talk anyway.
I'm just saying, you it's stupid, but we'd probably still go every time and support this awful.
Well, if we were
thing.
winning for a podcast at the Golden Globes, we could go up and like make a joke about,
Sure.
Although, you know what? I was thinking the other day, Gianmarco. I'm so like over like this like self-deprecating thing about podcasts because I was noticing in my real life a lot of people cannot pay attention for an hour and a half to like a conversation, and I'm like and sometimes I've gone on other podcasts and I'm like, oh, it is a special skill to like be really actually present and listen to someone and like have the energy to do that, and a lot of people cannot do it in their normal lives. And I was like, okay, we can all make fun of podcasts and like how like dumb it is, but I think people could use more practicing and listening to people because it is not nothing to like have to be to listen to someone, you know, and be like, and not judge it in a way where you tune out. Sometimes you're bored by it. Sometimes you're like, oh, brother, like, but you got to like stay with it, you know? Anyways.
But I just think like the award aspect is what invites.
Oh, no, that's weird.
ridicule.
It's weird. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Because it's more just like, it's like, what do you provide? It's just we're providing a different.
But it's
I don't know.
weird
There's
than
such
any
a
of the
scope
awards.
of.
They're all weird. It's all weird for like art to have awards. It's weird. It's just
I guess, but without the awards though, like this is why if you have no awards, it's similar to the thing of like if you have no tastemakers or gatekeepers, kind of the dumbest slop rises to the top. And it is nice that award shows are like, yeah, sorry, that fucking Marvel movie that combined Mortal Kombat characters with your favorite superheroes, we're not nominating it because it's garbage.
Yeah.
And
No,
it is
that's true.
nice to have
Yeah.
that.
It's true that, but sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it's still like, hey, here are these 4 or 5 things that like fancy producers made that are more like less expensive than a Marvel movie, but like still pretty bad. But not always. Like definitely, there's always, you know, there are great films that make it. It's just it's. So I agree on that.
But I just don't know like how they talk about Timothée Chalamet. Like who cares if he sucks? Who cares if he's nice? Like what are you talking about? What like it's this conflation of like good art and good people. Like back to my earlier point about how fucking fine Sarah Huckabee Sanders looks right now. It doesn't mean she's a good person. It's scary. I watched. I think it was Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who let me just say, in all fairness, looking a lot better these days.
Oh,
looking
come on now. Why?
No. I'm saying she. It is important in the spirit of integrity to acknowledge when someone has a glow up. And
listen, I don't know if I could ever get on board with someone with a name Huckabee. That I'm so sorry. At some point, someone in that family fucked another person in that family. That is just. That's not a serious name. That is such a no offense to wherever they're from, whatever bayou they crawled out of. But
okay.
It's not a serious name.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this up. Okay. Remember Sarah in your head? Remember Sarah in your head?
I got her in my head.
That's Sarah now.
Gianmarco, it looks the same as my head.
You're wrong. No,
Sarah
had a glow up. I would guess it is an Ozempic. It was brought to you by Ozempic.
Probably. Can I still play her? Probably.
That's how you know. We're at SNL, and they go, Gianmarco, I think you're going to play Sarah Huckabee Sanders this Saturday.
We can't talk about Ozempic anymore. I can't deal with the people, the both pro and negative people again. We can't talk about it anymore.
I'm saying,
really can't.
Paige, you remember she. Okay, I mean, this feels cool to bring up an old picture.
She's just wearing a more colorful dress.
She had a glow up. It's better makeup.
Okay, I agree.
I think Michelle Wolf's comment about the smoky eye really got to her.
I don't know why you're insisting that I get a boner for her right now. Like, okay, fine. It's great. You're also like, I can't believe this guy dating one of the Jenners said like a kind of like flippant thing about ballet and opera. You're like, yeah. Okay. Like it's not the craziest thing to me.
I saw one tweet. It says if he wins, he should go. Also, community theater sucks. That should be his speech.
That's really funny. Also, to some of these people defending it, I want to be like, okay, then you buy a ticket to ballet and opera.
Yeah.
You know, put your money where your mouth is. None of you are going to ballet and opera.
It's also fine to be like. I just think some of it is like, I when people say like stand up is all stand up sucks, or like that stand up is just this hacky bullshit or whatever, or people make fun of the medium, it's like you could also say that hurt my feelings. I don't need to be like your stand up's the best. It's just like a pathetic response. It's the response of someone whose feelings are hurt. You could go, hey, look at this cool thing over here. But just this like being mad, like also like it's like when I talk about when I say football sucks, no one's going, hey. They go, you fucking, and then they watch the game and they don't give a shit about me. So it's
the fact
just
that everyone's defending it proves that it's like you're punching down because we've all deemed it kind of lame.
Yeah.
Like there's a thing like being like we're all admitting that it does kind of suck, or it's less interesting because we're all like being like, well, no, you can't do that. And
it does need an upgrade. It does need an upgrade. By the way, it's like, listen, I hate Shakespeare for the most part. And there's if all theater was Shakespeare, that's what it feels like with a lot of ballet and opera. And I know people are making new things, but like the core of it is all this. It doesn't feel like it's responding to the moment. Sometimes they do, but
I'll also say, having seen some new things, I'm then usually like, let's see the old things when it's opera. I'm like, they're not doing. Noah.
I guess Puccini was a generational talent.
Yeah,
I don't need to see
good.
the 22-year-old. I got to tell you, it's kind of like, there's evolution and certain things go extinct and then they die. Sorry, musical theater was the evolved opera, and I think you should have left it behind. I don't know why you freaks needed to hang on to it so much.
It's here's the thing. It's fine. It's fine that there are people that still love it. That's fine. I don't know in 50, 100 years if we're going to have the same interest and like being able to fund. Those opera people get paid a lot more sometimes than Broadway people. And it's like, that's a little crazy. Like, it's like this, it's a very, it's skewed for rich people. And it was more of a status thing for a long time. The rich people, I don't know if the current class of rich people is as into that now as they used to be. So it just feels a little out of date, so
my dad my dad participated when he was more flush with cash. He would go to the New York City, he would go to the Met, and my mom said he would just fall asleep for the whole thing. He said it was almost as boring as Mad Max Fury Road, and he would pass out and spending thousands, I'm sure, thousands that he could have spent towards my MFA someday, just falling asleep to Pavarotti. And it's I like some of those arias. I do.
Of course.
But also go to the Met. It's not like some artist. It's not like, oh, it's beautiful group of artists. It is the most expensive shit you've ever seen in your life, and you're like, this set is ridiculous.
Tell you, they spent a lot of time working on that vocal quality, but God, they are bad actors. And they just stand there and sing, and I'm sorry, we're about to get way more canceled than Timothée Chalamet, but I it's just like one of those things. Before you write a op-ed or a tweet about why it's wrong that he said that, go buy a ticket and then sit through a whole opera and then try to then write the tweet.
I remember watching Pavarotti in La Boheme, and he's singing in Italian, I think, and he's smiling he's hearing how beautiful his voice is, and underneath it's like, she has cholera, she's gonna die in 2 seconds.
They're bad actors. They're not,
also,
there's not.
Also, by the way, if old sound bites get people like knocked away from winning an award, no good podcast is going to win an award. Can you imagine the 10,000?
I'm going to be in the Pavarotti biopic, and they're going to play this.
They're yes, you'll be the Pavarotti biopic, and they're going to pull up a clip, and it's going to be like, they said Sarah Huckabee Sanders was a 6.5, and some people are offended because it's too nice, and so you're offended because it's too low, and just no one will like it.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, just so you all know, just let me just tell you what's coming. And I promise you this, I swear on my life. as people like Jonathan Majors go do their movie for the Daily Wire, I do think eventually there will be conservative award shows, and there's enough Americans who will buy into it that it'll fracture the thing, and you'll just see transparently how much it all is bullshit. So get ready, though. Get ready for the Trump Kennedy Center honors and the conservative award shows and the actors who play both markets. Get ready.
And I just want to go on record too and say, I would fuck Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and I just need that to be on record.
You're listening to The Downside.
The Downside.
With Gianmarco Soresi.